Gervonta Davis has been a world champion since 2017, and during this time, he has fought a number of top competitors. Despite the many obstacles along the way, Tank continued to move forward firmly and after 30 fights managed to maintain his perfect record. But what about the guys whose zeros were stolen by Davis?
Vicious right hand! Pedraza goes down!
Friends, in today's video, I'll tell you about the fight in which Gervonta Davis knocked out undefeated prospects. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. Jose Pedraza. Gervonta's professional debut took place in February 2013. Back then, the young Baltimore native with an extensive amateur background knocked out fellow American Desi Williams in the first round, thus starting his undefeated streak, which still continues today. In less than 3 years, Davis secured 16 wins, 15 of them by knockout, and soon received his first title shot. The prospect was given the chance to fight for the IBF title, which was held at the time by the undefeated Puerto Rican Jose Pedraza, also known as Sniper. Pedraza won his title in mid-2015 and had defended it twice since, confirming his status as a top boxer.
January 14, I'm definitely coming home with their belt. You know, he gonna have to kill me. Hamlin's gonna have to pick me up. Something gotta happen, cause I definitely be coming home with that belt. No other way. See y'all January 14th.
Says he would like to say that he's sorry for Davis being signed to Mayweather Promotion, because on January 14th, when he takes away his undefeated record, it's gonna feel like he beat Mayweather.
Davis's game plan was to apply pressure and deliver a heavy left overhand to Pedraza's head, along with constant body shots. In the first round, the young contender unleashed a barrage of powerful strikes and controlled the fight for some time, but then Jose recovered. Instead of boxing at range, the champion decided to fight at close quarters, working with short combinations and constantly tying the young fighter up in clinches.
Best shots so far have belonged to Davis.
With each round, Jose increased the tempo and adapted to his opponent's attacks, and in the fifth, he trapped Davis against the ropes and landed several good shots. Despite taking punches, the challenger maintained his composure and, after losing that round of the fight, came back at Pedraza, landing powerful shots to all levels. It was clear that Davis's punches were starting to cause Pedraza more and more discomfort, and in the 7th round, the volume of strikes began to take its toll. After another heavy shot, the champion began to fade, and Davis caught him against the ropes and knocked him out with a beautiful right hook.
Another big left hand
by Davis. Just stay composed. You know, he caught me with a lot of good shots. You know, and I took it and I dished it back out. That's what you show. I'm a real dog.
Liam Walsh. Right after the epic championship battle in Brooklyn, Davis packed his bags and, along with Floyd, headed to Britain. There was an undefeated mandatory challenger for the IBF title. Liam Walsh was waiting for him. Not long ago, 31-year-old Walsh had fought for the right to challenge for the title and had scored a solid victory over Russian Andrei Klimov. According to reports, Walsh was supposed to get a direct shot at Pedraza, but the plans changed, and instead of Liam, Davis stepped in to face the champion.
I don't think he had more experience than me, and again, I'm saying that to one of the, the most important person in boxing. I don't think he had, more experience than me, much quicker than me,
what we do,
or more powerful. I don't think he'll make it past the 6th round.
Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely flaws there. It's for me to exploit him. It's for me to take advantage of the times he does make mistakes. And I know when I was 22, there's things I would have done and mistakes I would have made that I definitely wouldn't make now. So, maybe this is the perfect time to fight him.
Davis had a significant speed advantage, but it wasn't easy to catch the challenger with a quick punch. Thanks to his size, Liam kept distance and often responded well to Davis's attacks.
Quite opening round. Cagey one, isn't it? Bit of a scouting mission for both boxers here. High guard. Again, Davis falls short when Walsh does find the target.
Additionally, the Brit frequently switched stances, moving to orthodox, but this didn't stop the champion from landing body shots. Along with body punches, Davis threw sweeping left hands, which he landed after sharp movements to the side. As the round progressed, Davis increased his pressure, and by the third, Liam began to crack under the onslaught. At one point, he attempted to close the distance and catch his opponent in close quarters, but instead, he ate several crushing punches and was dropped to the canvas.
Davis knows it's hurting, and he's going looking for it now, and he's trying to finish it here.
Shaken but determined, the Brit decided to continue, and predictably, he was finished off with a rapid barrage of punches from the champion.
He's on unsteady legs. He looks as though he's gone here, Walsh. One more and it's all over. He stopped it. He's unleashed the power shots.
Francisco Fonseca. During the post-fight interview, Davis, along with his mentor and promoter Floyd, couldn't resist sharing their plans for a potential fight with Conor McGregor.
Well, if me and Conor McGregor do happen to make the fight happen, which I think the fight will happen, I would love for this young kid to be on the undercard. I also would like Bout Jack to be on the undercard, but tonight's tank night. Let's talk about him.
Back in mid-May 2017, the Floyd-Conor showdown was all over the news, but no one was rushing to announce it. Only later, the media officially confirmed the fight for the end of August, and as Floyd had hoped, Davis got a spot on the undercard. His opponent was another undefeated prospect, a fierce puncher from Nicaragua, Francisco Fonseca, who was on a 19-fight win streak. Despite being the same age as Tank, Fonseca hadn't yet faced any real tough opponents, earning his contender status by winning the IBF Intercontinental title. Before the fight, Davis struggled with weight cutting and ultimately failed to make the weight limit, missing it by 2 pounds, which led to him losing his title.
A great performance from me, ready to take over the sport as Floyd Mayweather Jr. passed me the torch.
That they're going to be very surprised he doesn't want to go into too much detail beforehand, but that after the fight that he'd be very happy to talk to you, but that he doesn't like talking too much beforehand as to what they can expect.
Tank started the fight just as everyone expected, pressuring Fonseca with footwork and quick attacks, mixing in hooks to the body.
Uppercut. His early rounds very important. Southpaw, sniper like left. I said he was a good body puncher. He is. He got that left hand in rather well.
Another good left hand to the body punch.
However, after several rounds of active work, Davis became distracted and allowed Fonseca to take the initiative. The prospect took advantage and landed a few solid combinations to Davis's head, which angered Gervonta.
On the gloves, guys.
No, but some of them got through.
Oh yeah, some of them got
what he
through.
meant if Fonseca can hang around for a few more rounds. Maybe he'll have Davis kind of
Davis prevails. The title remains vacant. Nice body shot.
wants to get to the body, but in reality, Davis shouldn't let him in that easily.
In the 7th round, Davis resumed his pressure, but Fonseca tried to counter it with constant clinches. his persistent attempts to hug only made Davis angrier, and he went for the knockout. After a few more punches landed, a disoriented Fonseca, in a desperate attempt to close the distance, ran straight into a knockout left.
Google it out. Okay. The kids will tell you. And the fight has been stopped.
Mario Barrios. After losing his title at the weigh-in, Davis embarked on a new and exciting journey. Less than 6 months later, he took the WBA title, but soon moved up to a more comfortable lightweight division. In his debut, the Baltimore native fought for the WBA title again and defeated the well-known Cuban veteran Yuriorkis Gamboa.
Big straight left, a couple big shots. Davis trying to finish off Gamboa. Over the missiles, down goes Gamboa. And this one is over. Gervonta Davis.
After that, he made one last drop to 130 pounds for a meeting with the legend Leo Santa Cruz. In a hard-fought match, Davis found his way to Cruz's chin and knocked him out in the 6th round.
Here in the 6th round, Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz, two champions with the hearts of champions. Davis thought Santa Cruz was going to flex from his...
After that, many of his fans thought he would focus on fights in the lightweight division, but Tank pulled a surprise move and jumped up to 140 pounds to face the undefeated champion Mario Barrios. The boxer from Texas had won 26 consecutive fighters and had solid skills, significantly outweighing the challenger.
I just can't wait to see what, the performance I put on. And moving up to 140 is definitely a great opportunity, so.
He's an Oakland OG, he has his way of talking, that's just his, him in the gym, just hyping everything. But at the end of the day, I'm responsible for everything I say. I'm always true to my word, and the only thing I'm gonna say is, man, come Saturday, it's gonna be a very exciting fight.
I hate when people think that I'm small, so they try to take advantage of me. So this definitely probably one of them fights that be one of the ones that you see the best of Gervonta Davis.
In the first half of the fight, Barrios used his size and speed to work from a distance where Tank simply couldn't reach him.
Either with Davis.
Despite all of the hype, with his prodigious power in the lower weights, that he thinks this is a fight.
That was a fascinating comment that he made.
A classic 1-2 combo, followed by a left hook and solid body punches from the right, made up Barrios' modest but effective arsenal, keeping Davis away from his head.
Barrios goes to the body with a right hand, left hook, right hand through the guard. Good combination.
Didn't even try that punch yet against
Davis has found a home.
If he had faced a simple brawler, Barrios might have kept him at bay for all 12 rounds. But unfortunately for him, Davis knows how to adapt. After several lost rounds, Gervonta stopped trying to initiate attacks and instead pressured his opponent, luring him into strikes and then countering.
Barrios beginning to feel the pressure of Gervonta Tank Davis. Thudding shot. Hoping to find an opening for that left hand just like that. Another left hand by Davis.
In the 8th round, Davis landed a sweeping right hook that sent Barrios to the canvas.
But, oh my! Wow!
Then immediately dropped him with a left.
Tank Davis brought his power to 140, and Mario...
Instead of hiding behind a guard, the shaken Barrios gritted his teeth and tried to initiate a technical exchange, but in the 11th round he fell again, and the referee stopped the fight.
Davis unloads the left! Barrios a double number! It's over! It's over! Gervonta Tank Davis has ascended to 140 pounds!
Listen, man, I can't, you know, compare myself to them greats yet. You know, this man set the tone. You know, I'm following his footsteps. So thank you for, you know, guiding me the right way, Floyd. I appreciate you.
Rolando Romero. Before meeting Barrios, Davis's manager believed that should he win, Tank would stay in the 140 pounds and fight undisputed champion Josh Taylor next. This fight could have been the toughest yet most exciting in Davis's career. However, after weighing the pros and cons, the Baltimore fighter decided not to move to 140 pounds, but instead returned to 135. The WBA didn't want to leave the champion idle and immediately offered him an opponent in the form of Rolando Romero. Originally, the fight with the undefeated Yapper was scheduled for December 2021, but Romero pulled out, and instead, Davis fought Isaac Cruz. At the beginning of the next year, Davis's team announced that the fight with Romero would take place at the end of May.
He's an awkward fighter. Awkward is somebody, I don't want to call them names, but awkward is like different from him. He's not awkward. We know awkward fighters. Real fighters know awkward fighters. He's not an awkward fighter. He's just a dumbass fighter. No, I'm not trying to be funny, but
all Tank does is the same basic ass pad work as everybody else, and they all end up getting knocked the fuck out eventually when they run into a puncher. Just like his big bro Broner with Maidana, when he beat the shit out of Maidana, is it gonna be Broner Maidana too? There's no way I can miss. He has a big ass head, like the koala shaped head. You're fucking koala with chlamydia, man.
Both fighters acted very cautiously, trying not to run into a powerful counterpunch. But sooner or later, the silence had to be broken, and Romero was the first to do so. In the second round, he managed to trap Davis in the corner and landed a couple of good right-hand punches.
To see Gervonta Davis using the whole ring in boxing. Oh, he took a big left hand.
And now left and holding on. I don't know if that'll be a knockdown.
This episode gave the challenger confidence, and he began throwing a lot of punches, but most of them didn't even land on the block. Meanwhile, Davis stayed inactive for a while, and in the fourth round, he came alive and started to work toward a victory. Tank decided to counterpunch and landed several solid blows, but couldn't fully commit.
Romero. Oh, that left by Davis. Man, he threw with bad intent. For a counterpunch, he might want to jab his way out.
Yeah, and he's doing that. You can see the focus in Tank right now. Look at his eyes. They're locked in.
Finally, in the sixth round, when Romero rushed at him with another attack, Davis realized the moment had come, and while pivoting, landed a deadly hook.
Try and set that up.
No, you're right, because in previous fights we've seen that he seems kind of awkward, but in this fight he's not looking.
There's a big left hand, and down goes Romero.
This marked the end of Romero's title ambitions.
Off the first punch he threw, you know what I mean? Like he said, I do start slow, so he caught me with a shot, and I was like, yeah, I gotta, you know what I mean, stay out the way. But I knew that down the line, down the stretch, I was gonna break him down.
Hector Garcia. By the end of the year, Davis had some good news for his fans. The champion announced that in April 2023, he would face his biggest hater, Ryan Garcia. The long-awaited showdown between these two undefeated and highly popular fighters had been building up since 2018, and finally it would come to fruition. Before facing the Flash, Davis decided to defend his title again in January, and his opponent would be Hector Garcia. The Dominican, with a record of 16-0, had just won the WBA title in a lower division, but decided to test himself against the star.
His spot, you know what I mean, Hector definitely earned his spot off of what he done in a few months that, you know what I mean, he been in fighting. So I feel as though that he beat a top prospect. I think he came back and, you know what I mean, had a great performance and won a belt. So I think he earned his spot.
The real Garcia is right here. I'm the real Garcia. I don't care who he's focused on, because I know I'm the true challenge. And Saturday night, fans are gonna see a thrilling fight. They're not gonna wanna miss it, and it's gonna be a show that everyone will enjoy.
Garcia, with his impressive reach for a super featherweight, worked from the southpaw stance, which caused Davis significant trouble.
Seeing what the other guy has to offer. If he does get a chance, he's going to want to go downstairs. To me, you can feel, even though they're not throwing a lot more punches, they're starting.
Every time Davis tried to get in close and land a knockout blow, Garcia would retreat and deliver excellent straight lefts.
The year that Davis has planned, because while he's facing a Garcia tonight.
When Davis got too close, Garcia also used an effective right hook to cut him off.
Not being in a position where he can get caught by Davis. But
their counter left from Garcia.
Surprisingly, Davis performed better in the jab battle, but that didn't help him win rounds, as Garcia's clean shots were simply more frequent. In the fourth round, Davis decided it couldn't continue like this and upped the tempo.
Avalar knocked Garcia down with.
And Davis, good defense.
Now he was landing more often and harder, but Garcia didn't fall behind. He fearlessly exchanged blows with the monster from Baltimore at medium range and often looked just as good. At least that's how it was until the 8th round.
30 seconds left.
It's when he's throwing combinations and throwing a lot of punches.
Down. A minute 15 seconds away from the midpoint of this fight, and now Davis trying to walk Tank Davis. Final 10 seconds.
And otherwise, Davis had a big, Davis had a big third round.
That's important for him, I think.
And Davis again continues to lead with the left hand. There's a right by Davis.
At that point, Davis fully figured out his opponent's style and landed a massive left that nearly sent Garcia down.
Forward. Lands the left again. Short right hand. There's a right uppercut by Davis. Oh, and that momentarily staggered Garcia. Garcia's hurt. Backing up. Davis hurt Garcia here in round 8.
Garcia barely survived the onslaught, and when it was time for the next round, he simply refused to come out.
Going in the right direction, so we just waiting for, Ryan to accept on his side and let's get the job done. Jake Paul is a clown and Ryan is a baby clown. Tell them get ready. That's what they do. They like to talk off of, they try to get fame off of other people's victories and things like that. So
Ryan Garcia.
I'm used to people judging a book by its cover. They look at me and they judge me right away. Then they see the fire come out of me when I'm in there. They know that I stand my ground.
Having beaten Garcia, Davis could now focus entirely on preparing for the biggest fight of his career. Stylistically, this matchup was very interesting. The short and stocky southpaw puncher against a tall and strong right-handed fighter with a deadly left hook. Many joked about Garcia's love for social media and trash talk, but those same people acknowledged that Ryan, with his crazy speed and left hook, was one of the few who could give Tank a tough fight.
I'm just happy to be a part of this moment, sharing the ring with a young fighter like Ryan Garcia, that's willing to dare himself to be great. He talked his way into this fight, and April the 22nd, he's gonna have to be able to show it. I'm coming from, where I come from, Baltimore City, the inner city. A lot of people don't make it from there, so, I think that both of us at our peak, a lot of young fighters don't fight each other, and I feel as though this is a stepping stone for, the other younger fighters to get in the ring with each other, so I feel as though that.
Obviously, Tank has the image of a devastating puncher, dangerous, and to me he's a great fighter. So within myself, I would know for sure what type of fighter I am. You understand? I've been doing this since I was, like himself, 7 years old, over 200 amateur fights. So this is what I've always wanted. This is it. Pay-per-view. This is all, everybody's here. So
the first round passed as quietly as possible, but by the second, the challenger went on the offensive. Garcia pounced on Davis with several powerful combinations and seemed to land some good punches.
Punches landed in the first 3 minutes.
And and it turns out Garcia's the foot.
And Garcia putting the pressure on Davis. So all the scouts everywhere online, they say that Garcia had to take advantage of.
However, when he tried to throw a left hook, Davis unexpectedly responded with a sweeping left, sending Ryan to the canvas.
He was looking at the referee. You got to protect yourselves at all times.
And he just ducked underneath that left hook. But what a shot! What a missile strike by Davis!
After that, King Rai seemed to lose his energy and nearly stopped attacking, while Davis continued to work calmly as the second number. Instead of long punches to the head, Davis delivered left jabs to the body and outboxed his opponent, winning round by round.
He's not a factor right now, and that's a problem for him because
for Davis. Trademark left, and there it is. There's that left hook that landed, and that one just missed, but Garcia shows up as Davis lands the left, goes to the body, under a minute left in the...
Finally, at the halfway point, the challenger exploded again, trying to turn the fight around. He landed some good combinations, but once again, Davis found the solution: body punches. A merciless left landed right on Ryan's liver, knocking him out.
That wasn't a dynamite left hook, but it was one of the few left hooks he's been able to get in.
Another left hook and a right hand by Garcia. And now, Garcia forced to take a knee.
I thought he was gonna get up, but I like to play mind games. So when he was looking at me, I was looking at him like trying to tell him like get up, and then he just shook his head no. I'm definitely face of boxing. Absolutely.
Frank Martin. The impressive win over the most media-famous boxer fueled even more hype for Davis, but he couldn't take full advantage of it. In mid-2023, Gervonta was placed under house arrest due to a years-old case in which he caused an accident that injured several people. Unfortunately, Davis couldn't stay out of trouble and violated the conditions of his house arrest, leading to a few weeks in jail. Upon his release, Davis didn't rush back into the public eye and only announced his new opponent in early 2024. It was his former sparring partner, master of footwork and distance boxing, the undefeated Frank Martin, nicknamed the Ghost.
Like I said once before, I appreciate Tank giving me this opportunity to come whoop his ass come June 15th. It's on, you know what I mean? He ain't been in there with nobody like me. I'm coming different, you know, when you say, Kyle, when you say push them buttons, I'm gonna push every button that he got on his ass. Every one, you know.
Break you up. I'm telling you. Every time I tell y'all something,
you know what happened.
Don't it happen? I'm telling you, I'm gonna break you up.
Y'all wanna know some
promise
shit?
you, I'm gonna break you up.
Y'all wanna know something?
I promise. Look at
y'all got
pussy.
You pussy. All right. You show me Saturday. Show me Saturday on pussy.
Once again, a southpaw with excellent footwork proved to be a real problem for Davis. Like Hector Garcia, Frank moved a lot, but unlike the Dominican, he also had a fantastic jab. This tool allowed him, like a conductor, to position Davis's head where he wanted it and then land deadly right-hand punches.
And Martin's a really good one. And so far, he's the only one who's been landing. Martin work. Behind the guard of Davis Bout. He really was incredible in that what was supposed to be a 50-50 fight against the then unbeaten Michel Rivera. He took Rivera to school, the biggest win of his career. Frank Martin.
Several times, Tank took clean shots to the chin, and a blood mark even appeared on his face, but all of this only awakened the beast within him. From the fourth round onward, Davis cranked up the pressure and began actively closing the distance, landing solid body shots.
30 seconds left, and Martin said, hey. Landing 49 total punches compared to based on... He's moving now. We can keep the pressure on.
Slowly but surely, Martin's footwork started to work less effectively, and Frank had no choice but to exchange punches, where Davis was clearly superior. In the 7th round, the champion gave the challenger a real beating, landing twice as many punches.
He's looking for shots. Yeah, he's looking for a double jab left from Davis. Davis chopping. Standing in front of Davis like that. Lead here in terms of total punches connected in this round. It's all Gervonta Davis.
But the Ghost remained unfazed. Unfortunately for him, this didn't save him. After the break, Davis trapped him in the corner and first hit him with a brutal uppercut, then finished him off with a short left punch.
I see body work from Martin. I want to see that left to the body.
I knew that he was going to tie down, so that's why I was doing. I would just stand there, be a target for him, just so he could tire himself out. And once he tired himself out, you know what I mean, I start picking him apart.
That's all. Enjoyed the video? Then make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. What do you think? Would Davis retire after his fight with Lamont Roach? Which top lightweight fighters can beat Davis right now? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments.